behind. Now, if you're struggling with self sabotage and you don't know where to start, here, right here on this podcast, we're building the community. I want to remind you, breaking self sabotage patterns takes time. You've been operating like this for years, every decade, like hours. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small wins. We're building a community of people committed to breaking these cycles. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Terror to Triumph. My name is Alfonso Pelt, and I'm here with my lovely co-host Storm. How you doing, Storm?
I'm fine. Hello, how you doing?
I am okay. After
Yes.
we had a moment of some technical difficulties, I apologize to all our listeners out there. We got started about 17 minutes late. Um, I have to apologize about that. There were some connection issues.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna jump right into it. Today we're talking about survivors in the world coping with unexpected triggers in public places.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do like a leapfrog type thing between me and Storm. Uh, we've got a script today because we want to give you information. Today is our information day, Saturday, so we got a lot for you today. We're still gonna do our 30 minutes, but we just got started a little late today because of the difficulties, technical difficulties. So, without further ado, welcome, first of all, to Terror to Triumph. We're live right now on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're watching, please drop a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Today's episode, of course, I said, is for the survivor who's trying to live life, but life keeps happening around. As young people say, life is lifing, you know? So you're on the bus, you're in the store, you're at work, you're in the crowd, okay? And something hits you out of nowhere. This is survivors in the world coping with unexpected triggers in public places, okay? We're going to give you a simple framework you could use in real time. Then myself and Storm are going to talk about what this looks like in real life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump into it. First, quick reminder, a trigger is anything that makes your body feel like the trauma is happening again. Okay. So if it's a sound that happened when you were experiencing your trauma and you hear that sound again, it could trigger you to think that it's happening again. You can go in defensive mode. Okay. So even when you're safe right now and you hear something or smell something or you eat something or you're in an environment that reminds you, that could set you off. It could be words, it could be a
Yes.
touch, it could be a look, it could, like I said, be a location. Excuse me, my eyes itching. It could be a tone
Mm-hmm.
of voice, even the time of year, because sometimes things happen on special days like holidays, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You don't know when a trauma is going to occur. And traumas don't never look at a watch and say, oh, yeah, it's time for me to do it right now. So it can happen at any time. And
Yes.
for unfortunate that it happens for those who happen on a holiday and stuff like that, you know, holidays will trigger you. So here are the tools. I'm gonna take one. Storm, you take number two, and we'll just go back and forth like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So number one, you name it. It's a silent self check. You say, "What's happening to my body right now?" You got to pay attention to your physical self. A survivor might say, "My chest feels tight," or "My stomach feel like it just dropped,"
Yes.
or "I feel like I just need to run." The key statement is if you can name it, you can start to manage it. Over to you, Storm.
All right. Ground fast. Five, four, three, two, one. Five, things you can see. Four, things you can feel. Three, things you can hear. Two, things you can smell. One, things you can taste. Key statement, grounding brings you back to the presence. So remember, see, feel, hear, smell, and taste. Always remember that.
Okay.
All right.
Um, three, breathe like you mean it. It's a short reset. You inhale for 4 seconds, and then you hold for 2 seconds, and then you exhale for six. You repeat this 3 times. I started to feel a little bit calmer just doing it just then. Seriously,
Yes.
it does work. Key statement is that the longer exhales tells your nervous system it can downshift.
Okay. Or into safety. Look to proof. Look for proof. Look around. Find three signs you're safe right now. Example, I see the exit. I see family. I'm in public place. I have my phone. Key statement: your body needs evidence, not arguments.
Mm, that's what it is. What's happening right now. Things that you
Mhm,
can see that are tangible to know you're safe. Create space. It's a micro boundary, okay? If you
mhm.
can, move your body. Walk, step aside in an aisle, change seats, face a wall, stand near an exit. Small movement can break the freeze.
Use an anchor phrase, one sentence. Pick one phrase you can repeat. Example: I'm safe right now. This is a trigger, not a threat. My body's reacting, but I'm here in the present. Key statement: a short phrase keeps you from spiraling.
Mm. Decide your next move. Three options, okay? Option A, stay and regulate. Option B, step out for 2 minutes, then come back. And option C, leave, reset somewhere safe. You're allowed to choose what your body feels or needs.
Aftercare, when you get home, do one thing to complete the stress cycle.
Hmm.
Example: shower, stretch, journal, 5 lines, drink water, eat something, call a safe person. Key statement: the trigger may end, but your body still needs closure.
Hmm. If the public triggers are constant, then you have to build a plan, okay? Carry headphones like these, sit near exits, keep a comfort item like one of those little squishy balls,
Mm-hmm.
um, or pre-write a text to a friend, say, "Hey, I'm going somewhere." You don't have to send it, but just pre-write it. Text it and say, "Okay, I might be in danger," or something like that. You just setting yourself up to make sure that you're okay. Or you can go to therapy or a support group. And planning is not paranoia; it's protection. Remember that.
If you're in immediate danger, always prioritize your safety. Call local emergency services. If you're in the US and you need some right now, you can call or text 988 for the suicide and crisis lifeline. Now you're
Now,
going to open it, huh?
go ahead.
That's okay. Okay, now we're gonna open up and talk about what it looks like in real life.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the first one on this. It says, "What's the most common public trigger for you?" Well, I'm gonna take this one. The most common trigger for me is being alone in public, and that's like everywhere. You're by yourself a lot out there. So whenever I'm going to the bus stop, on the bus, getting off the bus, going in the store, uh, going to work, coming home from work, and a lot of scenarios where I'm out and about in public and I'm by myself. So that automatically puts me in a defensive mode. Whenever I step out the front door, I automatically go into looking around. Okay, who around me? Who I got to look out for. If somebody down the street, what they doing down there? Because I'm headed that way. I want to make sure I ain't walking into nothing. Maybe I could cut around the block if something is happening. My mind is always thinking like that, and I kind of got it honestly. Because I live in Detroit. Stuff happens. You have to pay attention to your surroundings. I learned that since a little kid. But with the trauma, it exacerbated that. So I'm double checking, triple checking my surroundings always. And I notice it when I'm at work. A person next to me on a station that has a little steam iron. They're working on a module and they're steaming a module. And sometimes they get kind of close to me. The steam comes into my area and I get jumpy. I'm like, whoa, and they say, well, what you jumping for? It's just a little steam, ain't gonna hurt you. That's not the point. If I'm not paying attention to you and I'm working on something I'm working on and I see something coming at me, I'm jumping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not staying for it. So
Okay, everyone, we're still having technical issues and everything, but we're going to keep it rolling. He'll be back. And it said, what does your body do first? Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn? Well, I have always been in fight mode because of the trauma that I have experienced in life, And that fight mode is very serious when people evade your space or they don't know the trauma in which you're going through, you always putting up a fight, you know? And the next thing is, have you ever had to leave a public place and what have happened? Yes. You know, I do leave places where I feel unsecure. Like if I see someone that look like the victim that has, you know, did the SA, then yes, I will immediately leave that place because I'm in that it's a trigger for me. So yes, I will leave. And I won't return because I have to make sure that I'm protecting myself and I have to make sure that I'm protecting myself. And when I know that it's not a threat, then I can walk back in because that's not the person. And I can walk back in, but I have to go to my car. I had to breathe and do my exhaling, and I breathe. And it say what one grounding tool that actually works for you. And the grounding tool that works for me is the exhale and the breathing. I have taught this on my own platform. So you breathe in for a time, you breathe in, counting to 4, you hold for 2, and you breathe out for 6. So yes, that works for me. How do you handle it when people don't understand? Well, sometimes often if you're going through trauma and you have had therapists, everybody's not going to understand what you're going through. Some people don't realize that they can be up a trigger and you have to step away from the scene. You have to just bad back. And you have to also understand that that person don't understand what you're going through. So you have to say, hey, I'll call you back, and you have to dismiss yourself from it. And right now, Alfonso, what would you tell a survivor who feels embarrassed about triggers?
hello,
Yes.
I apologize to everybody.
Okay.
What else to
S-
me? connection issues over here. I don't understand
Yes.
what exactly is happening. So I thank God for you, co-host. Continuing on with the
Yes.
show. You hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That's what we
Um,
for.
where did you end up on the script? Because I got
Okay,
cut
on a
off.
script, I'm at what it's at the last of the conversational prompts. What would you tell a survivor who feels embarrassed about their triggers?
Oh, so you went through. Oh, you took the last one.
No, I don't went
Okay.
through all of them. I just talked about each phrase
Oh, you went through
because
all of them.
I went through all of them because when you froze up, it's like the show must go on. I can't just sit here and look pretty.
Well, I mean, I don't expect you to just sit still and not do anything.
Yeah.
I'm glad you took the reins and ran with it. I appreciate you for that.
Yes.
Um, okay, as it applies to me, then I'll go back over the ones you covered.
Hmm.
What does your body do first? Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn? That depends on the situation. If I'm at work, I'm more likely to fawn first. If I'm on the street walking back and forth to the bus stop, at a grocery store, I'm more likely to fight. Okay. Um, I, I don't realize when I'm in a situation when I'm about to flight or freeze. If it's like a dangerous situation, I don't have any control. Active shooter situation or emergency evacuation. Of course, that's a flight situation. I wouldn't freeze in that. But I don't think there's any situation where I would freeze in. Um, have you ever had to leave a public place? What happened?
Hmm.
Uh, trying to think. Mm, and not because of a trigger. I don't think it was. I'd excuse myself from many conversations. I'd leave a conversation because it might be triggering me, and I don't want to expose my trigger to anybody. I'll just say, okay, that's too much for me. I'm gonna go on over here, or I'll laugh.
So he's out again, everybody. But it's been a lot of technical issues this morning. And, it's just think about yourself and put yourself in these situations, everybody. And just know that you can get through these things, just like we have described. You can get through all of these things. You just got to find what makes you feel comfortable, because what makes me feel comfortable is not what make you feel comfortable. So you have to find out where you are comfortable at and where you most comfortable at in your setting. So it's up to you as the working class out there, the people. It's, fam, it's up to you what you're going through. So always remember that it's many things that you can go through. It's many things how you can handle things. Like he said, are you in fight, flight, freeze, or from? You have to pick, what situation you're going to place yourself in. And if you are in a public place and you have to escape where you at, just also remember to breathe when you get, because it's always an exit. Like you say, always place yourself at an exit, and make sure that you have and you plant your escape situation when you're in public. Make sure your phone is preset to send a text message, because all these matters in your survival techniques and you dealing with your trauma, because it is real. No matter what your trauma is, we do not, you know, take it lightly, because everybody trauma means something. No matter whether it's big or small, your trauma means something. And it's nothing that we would exempt, because everybody had to know, get yourself a trauma specialist. And that's what we want you to do, fam. Get yourself a trauma specialist and make sure that trauma specialist is a trauma specialist and what you're going through, because there are different trauma specialists. They're just not one. There are different kind of trauma specialists. And I talk about these things on TikTok, and now I'm on Ectic Studios as well. So I talk about this, and you can follow me at Diamanda, TikTok at Diamanda, or you can follow me on Ectic Studios at Diamanda, or my username, which is DI69 AMOND. So always remember, we're here for you no matter what your situation is. You can always DM us and tell us what you're going through, and we'll make sure that we get you the help that you need.
Absolutely. I apologize to everybody. Um, my internet connection, I found out that's what it is. My
So if
internet.
you take nothing else from today, take this. You're not crazy. Your body learn survival. Try one tool this week, just one. And if you want to talk with us live, join us on Terror to Trump live on Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Well, we do have Q&As, and you can ask questions, and we will answer your questions in real live time. And if you want to support the podcast, you can head to www.pilsemporium.com. You know, so Terror to Triumph is supported by Pils Emporium. Every purchase is Self Crystal Corners, helps keep the conversation going. So visit www.pilsemporium.com to shop and support the show. That's how we keep going, and that's how we keep moving. Remember, we're all beautiful. We all see you next time on Tell the Trump Live. Keep moving forward. So, so if you have any questions, you can always post them on Tuesday because we have our Q&A. And you can always leave your questions right now in the comment section, and we will get back to you.
Hello, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hello, testing one, two. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. Are you hearing me?
And so we still having technical issues, everyone. We're still having technical issues. And we do apologize because it never really been this bad. So we do apologize to our viewers and our listeners.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hello.
Yeah, we still can.
Testing one, two.
Okay, we
Can
can hear
you
you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, the enemy is really fighting right now. We actually have some really good stuff, and it's causing us to have all these problems. I know it's trying to fight not to get somebody this information. So I want from what I want people to take away from this is that there are things you can do. Once again, I apologize that you can't see my face right now. My internet is really acting stupid right now, and I apologize to all listeners out there. I keep cutting in and out, but their information that we're giving today is pertinent to anybody who has suffered trauma. If you find yourself in a public place and you feel like there's something that's triggering you, your heart start racing, you might feel cold sweats or something, you feel nervous or anxious, like you need to get up and leave. That's your nervous reaction from the trauma telling you this might be a situation that might be a reenactment of the trauma that you have. So you can really take these steps to try to calm yourself down, bring yourself out of that trauma state, and focus on the now. Make yourself aware of the things around you and ask yourself, am I really in that situation right now? Or is my nervous system just telling me because of the memory of the trauma I experienced that this is a situation? And then you can look for what triggered you, whether it was something you saw, heard, felt, taste, smelled, or the environment you was in, if it was the day was on, whatever. All the stuff we talk about is pertinent
to our everyday lives, because you could be at work and something could trauma that you experienced in your trauma could happen. You know, it could be a shout. Like I'm at work and I remember from my trauma, my mama used to yell, scream, curse all the time. Well, dudes at work, they they horseplay is what they call it. They horseplay. They laugh, they joke, they scream, they holler, they cuss, and all that stuff. And sometimes that will bring me back to the traumatic experience. So immediately I look around, you know, like where's the danger? Where's the danger? Then I see the guys playing around. This is not a situation where I am in trouble. First thing that comes to my mind. This okay, this is not a serious situation. They just playing. So I immediately start to calm myself, take a couple deep breaths, you know, do some of those breathing techniques. I do the box breathing. That helps the most for me. That's the 4 in, 4 out. You know, no, 4 in. I mean, breathe out 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and repeat the process. So I do that. That helps me a lot. It calms me down really fast. So I again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. Big up the Storms for carrying on the show while I'm going through this, and big ups to StreamYard for hanging in there, because it wasn't StreamYard's fault. It was the company that I received internet through. I'm not going to put any names out there, but this company will get a talking to today. So,
Yes.
yeah, you know, we're paying for this service, namely me, out of pocket. So it's
Mhm.
costing me to do this. And now you're cutting me off on live broadcast. Okay, we gotta talk. This is a conversation that's gonna happen soon after I get off this podcast. But back to the matter at hand, you know. Um, we laugh, we joke, and that's all good. We're supposed to. We are human. That's a natural reaction. Sometimes, as survivors, we laugh and joke because we feel that anxiety kicking up and we're trying to put it off. So we'll create a joke, sometimes at our own expense. We'll talk about ourselves or our
Mhm.
experiences and laugh about it. But the truth of the matter is, we might start feeling triggered. So we're trying to belay the triggering by laughing and joking. So, yeah, it's
Mhm.
a serious thing, you know, because if you don't know some techniques to help you calm down, it can become quite traumatic. You could shut down, you could just run out of the area, and everybody's looking at you like, what's wrong with him or her, you know, or you could just freeze and not say anything, and everybody's looking, what's wrong with you? You know, so it could happen in many ways. It depends on the person, but I want all you survivors out there. I want you to be able to have these tools with you at your disposal. So if something does trigger you while you're out, you can go ahead and say, okay, I could use this right now because I'm feeling a little bothered, or I'm nervous, or I'm sweating, or my heart's racing, or my chest feels tight, whatever the case. If you know your trigger is starting to occur, you could use these methods. We go into other methods as well. So I want you guys to look at some of the other episodes that we have, because we talk about this stuff, especially in the beginning episodes of this show. You can go on www.youtube uh, at Terror to Triumph Live. That's our YouTube channel. And all our episodes are there, our video episodes. Or you can go to www.terrortotriumph.buzzsprout.com, and that's our podcast website. And or you can choose any website, I mean podcasting platform that you may have. We're on pretty much every one of them. I'm trying to expand us to reach more audiences at the moment, but we are pretty much out there. We have a large listening base on YouTube, and I'm trying to get larger audiences on other platforms too. So please tune in. Go to www.pelts Emporium, shop around, buy some merchandise if you choose to support this program. If you like what you hear and it helps you, or is something that could help somebody support the program, buy some merchandise. I created the website to help support this podcast so that we can continue these conversations and reach out to more people. Um, I know that's pretty much all the time we have. And again, I apologize for the technical difficulties, everybody. This is not something that normally happens, but we've gotten through it today, especially thanks to Storm. I really appreciate you for stepping in today
Yes.
on that. This is why I have a co-host, by the way. Just in case, something might like no, seriously. Um she's not here for that reason, for technical difficulties and stuff like that. She's here because she is an expert on trauma. She is a survivor herself. And she's also very capable, as you can see. I thank you all for coming and watching. I thank you all for being a part of this community. And should you want to reach out and connect with us, you can on any of the platforms that you have heard of today, or you can reach us at terror, the number two, triumph at gmail.com. You can give us your uh, your story there, or if you want to leave a comment, or if you got a suggestion, you can always talk to us that way. So
Yes.
again, this is my beautiful co-host Storm. I'm Alfonso Pelt. This has been Terror to Triumph. We will catch you Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Q&A session. It's also slash information session. If you don't want to ask a question or anything like that, that's cool. But Saturdays, same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can come here and catch me and Storm, and we'll give you information that's pertinent to our survival as trauma survivors. Okay? I love you all, and I wish you well. See you next week. God bless.
God bless.